Hi everyone, Jasper Basson here, founder of Dryk Holdings and the financial director of Lead Optimizers. I'm very excited to have one of my very long valued clients, Grant de Jongh, with me. He's a recruiter in business and mainly focus on the construction industry. And I asked him to share a bit of his business with us and to also maybe give us some feedback regarding what a potential business owner like us can expect from a recruiter, what we can expect to receive the benefits from you as a recruiter, and also the potential employees that you recruit to these business owners, some maybe tips and advice for them for a proper CV and how to present themselves.
Okay.
So firstly, welcome, thank you for joining me, and looking forward to our conversation.
Yeah, thanks Jasper. It was a good idea of yours. We're sitting in a beautiful location here just outside Stellenbosch. We're a home-based recruitment company that specializes in construction and engineering mainly. We've got a small team here in Cape Town and then a team in Joburg as well, in Rivonia. And we focus on construction and engineering. So whether you're a bucky builder building a small residential house or a solar power project engineering company from Spain, we can help you. The way we do that is we use various different search functionalities and programs, access to various different databases, CVs, people. But our biggest success is having a personal approach, Jasper.
Yes.
Just like you and me, we're having coffee now today, discussing financials, discussing our past, discussing our future. I think that's very important for any client wanting to expand their organization or any candidate looking for that next employment opportunity, whether it's on-site based position or in a professional engineering office.
Yes.
We do that. So we've got various different quality control systems in place, specific quality assurance consultants that handle detailed references. We're not like your traditional agent that gives a reference to a client saying this guy comes across well. We give detailed references, credit reports, criminal reports, even social media checks,
Yes.
On people.
Yes.
So that's in a nutshell what we do is we match jobs to candidates and candidates to jobs.
I think one of the very important, and that's something I do as well these days, is something I tend to go when I recruit someone for my office. Go to social media, go to especially something like Facebook or Instagram, and just see what that person is all about.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can give that tip as well. I'm just going to ask you to elaborate about potential recruiters and employees that want to be recruited. But I think a tip from my side is if you're looking for a professional, high earning salary job, you need to look at your potential profile on social media.
Yeah.
If you're constantly having drinks in your hand and being a party animal, you can't expect to have, and it's not going to work. So, but that's my few cents worth. I think if you can give us some tips that looking for potential employment, a few tips that they need to look at.
Yeah, I think social media is becoming a big thing. I think the next generation, it's going to be absolutely crazy. People will probably start talking in code. Generally, any social media, don't put your bad laundry, no matter what bad laundry it is, on social media. And never, ever badmouth your current or past employers, because it will come back to bite you on social media checks that we do today. Not to scare a person off, but if you're at a party every day in the week, especially in a weekday, before work the next day, your employer's going to look at that and say, hey, this guy's not performing. Maybe it's because he's drinking too much the night before, or getting home at 3 o'clock in the morning and getting to the office at 8 without his proper sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's just generally just keep your social media clean, and also the use of grammar and correct spelling. You know, one could always use an abbreviation like BRB, be right back. Some person might misinterpret it that to big right breast. Say what it is and say in full sentences with the use of proper grammar. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Anything else about your business that you really want to, tell the guys why they potentially need to search for you and use you as a client? I know you as a professional business owner and professional recruiter. I think, in my opinion, you touched on it very quickly in the beginning as well. I think the personal touch in business these days are very important.
Definitely.
The two of us from the start, we frequently have coffees, discuss the various things, and I think, again, social media is something that tend to make people unsocial, and people start connecting on Skype meetings and Zoom meetings and all kinds of funny meetings, which is great. It makes our life easier, but it takes away that personal touch.
It does.
So I think from my side, that's why I summed you up as a professional recruiter, as still having that personal touch, and to have quite a substantial amount of high level clients as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Jasper, I think our personal gain and success has come from actually meeting our clients, even if it's in the UAE, such as Dubai. We have clients there. We only recruit with people that we physically meet. We prefer to actually have a coffee with our clients and actually understand our clients' business. Although most of our business is South African based in the Western Cape, Gauteng, KZN, we do the odd occasional assignment from abroad, be it Africa, UAE and the likes. But yeah, we do only work with clients that give us the exact information that we require per assignment they give us. So on our website, every single position is updated on a daily and weekly basis. As soon as we have filled a vacancy, that advert on our website gets deleted. All right. So everything on our website that is displayed is actual active assignments that we are recruiting for. I'm mentioning this because a lot of agencies out there tend to just advertise to gain access to people's information and data. You know, where the job at hand is not really active. We tend to prefer working on clients' immediate needs. We can sit down and discuss with clients that are tendering on projects, potentially wanting to employ, subject that they're going to get the tender. If in that case we do get an assignment like that, we will advertise that our client is waiting to be approved to tender, or this is subject to tender. We will give that correct data. So we're just not simply advertising one coffee lady required Western Cape. We will give more details and more proper details. One coffee lady that maybe specializes in the likes of Kahlua coffee making in the Stellenbosch area at a boutique restaurant, that type of stuff. You've got to look for the details. Yeah.
Just lastly on your business, I think for the followers, we've got a visit here.
Yeah, cool.
Just merely for to be specific about your business, do you mainly focus on construction clients, and you are still open for other clients as well, or is your main focus and only focus on construction clients?
Okay, our main focus is construction and engineering. Okay, yes, we do financial positions. Yes, we do hospitality positions, but our strongest point, construction and engineering.
That's where your passion lies as well.
That's where my personal passion lies. My wife's passion is more in the hospitality industry and finance industry, because she likes A, hospitality, and B, money. Who doesn't?
The reason for my real interview today, like you know, is about my morning rituals or daily rituals and habits.
Okay.
So the two of us discussed it before as well on many occasions. we not all have interviewed a few guys that they're very scared of the morning rituals. They rather be night owls and do stuff in the evening. Just give us a few ideas of what you do as an entrepreneur for daily rituals and habits.
Okay, I think most importantly, looking after oneself's health and body is critical. We spoke about just now about social media, partying, going out partying the night before a busy meeting. That's an absolute zero no for me. If I know I've got a big meeting the next morning, make sure I get enough rest. Secondly, diet, critical, enough protein in one's body. After all, your body is your vessel that you're using to do your work.
Yes.
And representing yourself. So you don't have to be the sexiest looking person alive, but you just need to be healthy.
Yes.
Early morning ritual, most definitely coffee.
That's a good ritual.
Yeah, no, I wake up before I speak to anyone. It's still normally dark outside. I get up, the wife is still sleeping, the child is still sleeping, I switch his light on, make myself coffee. And then start sitting at my table before the day starts and planning my day.
Yes.
I ask myself, what can I do today to make yesterday better so that tomorrow will be better? Then one can follow up on those plans of action during the course of the day. So, for example, once I've dropped the kids off at school, got back to the office, checked on emails, I will check what have I done that I've set out to do for the day. Again, tea time, coffee time, lunchtime, check on those goals, check on your plan and your progress on those goals. If you're not completing all of your plans, don't let that bother you. You still got the rest of the afternoon.
Yes.
One thing I never do is I never let my day's plan follow over to the next day. Otherwise my day just becomes too long.
Yes.
So I'd rather work late at night and make sure that specific day is completed.
Just on that note of the goals, do you have a specific method of how you track your goals? Do you write it down? Do you have on a, let's say, a computer, have a record? Or?
I would either most likely write it down on a piece of paper on a notepad next to my computer. I'm on the computer a lot, so once you're done with each goal, just scratch it out so that you know that's done. If you've got some pending cycles connecting to a specific task that you assigned yourself that will have to fall over to the next day due to time or logistics, you have to put it on the next day's goal to get done. Otherwise one may forget that. Write it down, get it out in the physical universe. Don't just think I'll remember. We've got in life today is full of things. We've got family lives, we've got business lives, we've got candidates to remember, we've got clients to remember. We are only human. You can't physically remember everything. Write it down. Yeah.
Awesome.
Secondly, I think, or thirdly, don't be afraid to communicate. I often find talking to especially professional registered construction engineering professionals, one might end up not understanding a word or terminology or a sentence or a product. Ask. Rather ask and come across as being a fool for a second or silly for a minute and ask that question. Otherwise you'll be silly for a lifetime not knowing the answer. I think a client will respect you not understanding something and actually asking and admitting that. So yeah, communicate. Another thing is to qualify with each and every single cycle you do daily exactly what is needed and wanted in a sub-product as well as the final product that you're delivering. What is needed and wanted from clients, yeah.
Some awesome advice. That's the good and positive habits. Just give me one bad habit that you, in your personal life, that you experience that you feel that a new entrepreneur or entrepreneur need to eliminate as soon as possible. It can be anything in your life, in your business. Most people, like in my sense, I started doing a social media fast in the week. I'm not on Facebook, not on Instagram, anything. during the week. Just keep it for the weekends to make my to increase my productivity. So that's one of the things I've done, that I've realized I need to set that aside in the week. Is there anything that you feel that you can suggest?
Definitely not listening to any gossip.
Yes,
yeah. Reading too much news media, bad news. If you look at any news website, you hardly ever come across any good news being advertised.
Yes.
There's only negativity advertised on. So I try and stay away from news media and bad PR,
Yes.
Especially when it comes to candidates' reasons for looking for work. For an example, I had a candidate the other day that was saying that one of my top clients that I'm currently recruiting for are going to be closing doors due to finances.
Yeah.
Well, I can assure you I was shocked and scared and in fear, because this is a huge client of mine. So I actually confronted the managing director of that client, of the company, and it turns out that they were going to be closing a specific division within their organization in order to create more finance to expand a totally separate division.
Yes.
So they were in fact expanding and not contracting. So stay very far away from bad PR.
I think the idea of the news is to make you negative and to addict you to the bad news.
Yes.
And because again, one of my previous interviews also said it sells advertising.
It does sell.
So, I mean, the news is not there for your benefit; it's for their benefit.
Correct. And also, sorry, just to put it on record as well, stay away from partying in the week.
Yes.
Yeah. There is always I believe in a healthy lifestyle, but in order to do your work properly, you need to work properly.
Yes.
And when you play and play hard.
Yeah. When you work, and you play, you play.
There we go.
Exactly. Never mix that two.
And never mix them.
Exactly. Any good books that you read in the last 12 months that inspired you?
Most definitely Screw It, Just Do It.
Okay.
Richard Branson,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think everyone knows Richard Branson from the Virgin brand.
Yes.
I'm not too sure if everyone knows how he grew up, but he actually grew up starting his business by standing at a ticky box, making calls from a ticky box. He didn't have his own phone. He didn't have the likes of WhatsApp.
Yeah.
He didn't have an internet connection.
Yes.
All he had was a mother that was an air hostess away from home at long periods of time. And he stood by that ticky box waiting for people to phone him back on his marketing calls. He had drive, and he made sure it worked, and he's got a brand today that he can be very proud of.
It's a perfect. I also read this book, and his whole story is mostly about like screw it, let's do it, and jump over your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And nothing in business, especially in business, will ever be perfect. You will never get that perfect moment that you need to start your business now. You will make it perfect as you go along. Obviously, cut your risk as far as possible, or limit the risk as far as possible. But you need to take that leap, and some will work, some won't work. But as long as you limit your risk, you should do fine.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever work. But I will say, if you even have a ratio of 1 out of 10 that works, and you limited the 9 out of 10 that didn't work, you're still way ahead before a guy that never tried anything.
Yes, that's very true.
So,
also the important factor to ensure you got a good bookkeeper, auditor, and someone that does your books.
That's definitely important.
Someone that can keep you in track with not spending all of your funds on
for sure.
big screen TVs.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Keep you intact.
There we go.
In the world of smartphones and social media, any business app or smartphone app that really made your life easier?
WhatsApp, no doubt. It's changing the way we're communicating in the workaday world. Even my own daughter doesn't like receiving a phone call from me. She finds it strange. She says, "Why are you phoning me? Just WhatsApp me." Whether it's a time issue or just a social issue, I'm unsure of, but it actually makes sense. We all live a busy day. If I need to get hold of you urgently, I'll phone you.
Yes.
If it's not so urgent, I'll just WhatsApp or email you.
Yes.
I'm tending to move away from email quite a lot.
Okay.
Not everyone always uses their emails like they should. And I do, however, believe in the old school way of picking up the phone and communicating with people, because less and less people are doing that. And like I said, we prefer taking the personal approach, so prefer phoning people. But WhatsApp has made us a very big difference, especially with regards to speed of particle flow. In our business, it's very important to obtain information very quickly. And if a person needs to take a copy of his ID, he can just simply take a photo and WhatsApp it to us.
I think especially in your kind of business, like I said, you sometimes need a very quick answer, a very quick timeline to speed up things, and for especially recruiters.
Definitely, we need a fast, like I say, speed of particle flow. The exchange of information has to happen today, not tomorrow. We can't wait.
Lastly, any last advice that you want to give to new startup entrepreneurs when they really just start off? This whole series that I'm busy with is mostly based on to assist startup entrepreneurs. So any advice that you maybe want to give a new startup entrepreneur?
I think you need to be, first of all, passionate about your idea. Myself personally, I'm passionate about construction and helping others obtain personal goals in life. It gives me a good feeling knowing that I've found someone a job that they've studied for or been without for a long time, as well as adding value to my clients. So for me, passion. And secondly, communicate, and communicate. You can never communicate enough. Rather communicate by making a spelling mistake, a grammar mistake, than just keeping quiet. Never keep quiet because you're afraid. So simple, be passionate and communicate.
Perfect advice. I agree with you. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of coffees in the future again.
It's been good.
And let's do that.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.